You are listening to the Marketing 32 Show with your host, Brett Allen.
Welcome to the Marketing 32 Show, everybody. This episode is brought to you by our team here at Marketing 32. We are the only dental marketing agency with the impact formula for predictable growth without financial risk for your practice. We focus on internal and external marketing strategies to find those missed opportunities and to generate more new patients and make more per patient. Marketing 32 has helped over 215 practices now in the US, Canada, and Australia. And I think we're the only ones with a grow in 30 days or you don't pay guarantee. So pretty simple that way. If you want to learn more, head over to marketing32.com, schedule a 15-minute discovery call with us, and we'll help you out to plan for 2025 and beyond. Before introducing today's guest, I want to give a big thank you to Kevin Huff and encourage you guys to go check out Duckett Lab and their website, ducketlab.com. They specialize in bookkeeping and strategic accounting services for dentists. All of that end of the year planning, filing of your taxes and doing all of that. They're awesome. I'm going to have them on the show here in the future, but yeah, go check them out. So introducing a special guest today, somebody on our team, Chelsea Coudriet. She's amazing. She's phenomenal. We're going to have an awesome discussion today about dental implants, dental implant marketing, all the different things that go into that and what we can do to generate more implant leads, implant production, all of that. Chelsea's, like I said, she's awesome. In her 10 years experience in the dental implant industry, not only with Marketing 32, but prior to joining our team, she's managed she's generated over 14 million in implant treatment conversions. She's trained teams. She's managed treatment conversion processes. Personally, she's managed over 2 million in ad spend. That's with Google ads, Facebook ads, print, TV, radio. She's also trained and managed a team of 5, built a call center from scratch, building a little over 1,000 calls a month. And analyzing tens of thousands of conversations about dental implants with dental implants patients. She's, like I said, she's awesome. She's got the resume here. Been professionally trained by some of the top dental implant sales training events and implant specific consulting groups in the industry. Chelsea, thank you for joining us today. Excited to go deep with you. How are you doing?
Hey, doing well. Thank you for that amazing introduction. That was awesome.
We're going to have fun. It'll be good.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. I'm super excited to be talking to you today about dental implants and really just sharing my expertise, years of experience, that I've dedicated to growing practices, both on the general dentistry side and implant centers. So really excited to be here.
Thank you. Yeah. And those of you who have gotten to work with Chelsea know how awesome she is. We're going to go deep and leverage that experience she's got today. So before we go into that, can we highlight just a couple of cool successes, some averages we're seeing from the Marketing 32 team and our process that you've helped develop on the implant side?
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm really excited to share the return on ad spend. As an average, we're looking at a 10x return on ad spend, which is amazing. We've seen even as high as a 20x return on ad spend. So the proof is in the pudding, right? Like it is working, and it is like a slam dunk, like knocking it out of the park right now for dental implant marketing.
Yeah, we're thanks to your help and everything you're doing with the team and the processes you've developed, especially when it comes to training. We'll go into some of that today. Training teams internally. It makes a huge difference when you implement things the right way. That's how we get those outsized returns. And that's where we see some really cool things happen in practices, right?
Yeah, it's pretty impressive, honestly. I have to say that even with practices that they don't implement all of the things that we ask them to implement, we're still seeing a 5x return on ad spend. So even if you didn't do any of the in-office systems, you didn't do any training, like you still see the return, which just shows you the power of this marketing system that we've built.
Yeah. Well, let's go into this here. It seems like in the industry, there's a lot of dentists that are getting excited about implants. We see this becoming a new trend. A lot of marketing companies promising implants results, a lot of events that are teaching dentists how to place implants, market implants. This is kind of a big boom that's happening. So what are some things as a general dentist, since we work mostly with general dentists, although we do have implant specific centers and specialists that we work with, a lot of general dentists come to me asking me questions about marketing. What are some problems or missed opportunities and roadblocks that you're seeing when a general dentist is wanting to implement implant marketing into the practice?
That is a great question, Brett. There are so many different directions that I could go. To be honest, like 100% transparent here, general dentists are typically so busy in the chair that they don't have the opportunity to step away and take a look at all of the other components that, is required in order to convert at a high rate successfully. So areas of missed opportunity, you're talking about language being used at the front desk, phone conversations, really highlighting what the motivators are for the patients even being in the chair that day, even exploring why now. Like, you've been dealing with this situation for 15 years, so why now? Why today? Right? So there's a lot to be said about just exploring more of those uh, drop off points within the sales process, in office systems that maybe there's some leaky buckets there. We're not doing proper follow ups, financial presentation, right? The way that we present the fees, it seems overwhelming, it seems daunting, not having the right financing options available for patients that have subprime credit, especially during a time like now where the average credit score continuously is dropping. So we have to have solutions. We have to have solutions available to people that need a treatment, that need a monthly payment. They can't necessarily afford to just drop out the briefcase of 40 grand on your desk and move forward with treatment. So those are what I see most often. It's going to be, conversations in office systems.
Yeah, when I get that question a lot. Dentists who have worked with a marketing company before, and yeah, we tried implant marketing, it doesn't work for us. Or we get patients that aren't qualified. They don't have the budget, or, we're not able to convert these patients. I think you addressed a lot of things there that really you got to focus on and do the right way in order to get the results. To get patients to say yes, and to get the right patients in the chair with your marketing, right? How are we tracking those? So let's kind of,
Absolutely.
yeah, let's go into that. What are some of the things in our process, specifically your training and how you work with teams, and the team on our side, Francis, who's running ads and generating these leads? What are some of the things that we do that make us different, that help us to get more success and get more yeses?
So the truth of the matter is anyone can launch an implant ad, right? Anyone can click, turn something on, get some phone calls going. But not everyone can do what we're doing with this full scope system that we've put together. And that's what really makes us special. That's what makes us unique. We are pre-qualifying our leads in advance. We know what buttons to push. We know what kind of conversations need to be had. We know what kind of content to put out, that's going to drive the right people to take action. And we know how to financially qualify, right? We want to get qualified leads. We don't want our offices wasting time going through these exhaustive processes, right? Of getting a patient in, and just everything that comes along with getting a new patient into the office, unless it's going to be beneficial for the practice. So certainly what makes us different is the way that we market, the assets that we're putting out, the messaging we're putting out, the way that we're framing these conversations, the way we're pre-qualifying these patients. But then in addition, like, our partnership doesn't stop there. It's not just about how many leads can we drive. We're really dedicated to growing practices. So what makes us unique is absolutely our dedication to the growth. And on my side, like, the training, right? The in-office stuff. everything all the way down, like from click to credit card. We're there, we're in it. We want to see our practices grow and be successful.
Yeah, let's go into that a little bit more. How are we able to track from that ad all the way through to case accepted? What is it that we're doing differently to tie all of those pieces together and optimize for the best return on investment, right?
One of the most exciting things about Marketing 32 is our ability to actually track. So we do have a proprietary process and system that we use in this process to track everything from leads generated, as well as what happens in office. So we actually train our teams how to use this software, this proprietary system that we built dedicated just for dental implant marketing. That helps these practices determine where the leaky buckets are, right? They follow the patient all the way from lead in. Our pipeline team, our team that's dedicated to driving appointments for practices, they are interacting with these leads very quickly. They're getting those conversations started, and then we're working, in conjunction, like a two-pronged approach with practices to convert those appointments. So if we feel that a conversation is needed, we inform the office takes over that conversation, and then we say the right things over the phone to convert those appointments. So it's a big system, it's a big process, but we're really good at tracking.
Yeah. Yeah. You mentioned a couple of key things there. Pipeline, those of you who don't know what that is, that's our branded messaging team process that we've developed to not only do internal marketing to those patients that are on your database, get them back in the chair for more treatment, potentially implants, smile makeovers. But also we handle inbound leads. And that's, I think, a huge missed opportunity is a lot of dentists turn on the ads, they get the leads coming in, maybe they got a great cost per lead, but the front desk is like, oh my gosh, I've got this spreadsheet of all this follow-up I need to do. And I'm not actually able to get a hold of these patients. And it seems like this is just a huge effort that to get that one patient through the door, and then they're not even qualified and they're not the right type of patient, right? So what is it about our process when we're doing that outreach and nurture with these leads that we do, that makes it work essentially?
You could say speed, right? Like how quickly we're able to engage with someone that has raised their hand and said, "Hey, I'm interested in dental implants." That is a massive advantage. You have to think like you're competing against the guy down the street, right? Everybody is doing dental implants. Everybody wants to be doing dental implants. So one of the largest advantages that you can have is speed to response. And that's where our pipeline team really shines. We are getting those conversations going, very quickly within 30 minutes of a lead entering our system. And on average, when you're looking at a practice who has no support externally, they're doing everything, they're managing everything internally. The front desk is likely not getting to these leads as quickly as you think. And often in most cases, we're talking about 2 days later, 3 days later, when when patients have already forgotten who you are, how they got in touch with you, why you're calling them, they have no idea who you are. So at that point, it's like you almost have to re-engage and start on a cold reset with a lead,
Mhm.
whereas we're keeping them nice and warm for you all the way through the process with our framing.
Yeah. Yeah, that's key. Let's so Yeah, speed to the lead. Are there any other tips that you can give dentists that are listening in terms of like how do I get them to say yes? What do I do once they walk into the practice? How do I get better conversions? Should I just talk about price initially and go into that, or is there a process that we need to do with our treatment coordinator? All that kind of stuff. How do you work with teams to help them with that?
Yeah, those are great points to bring up. So there's a lot there to unpack. I would start with just identifying the patient's why, right? With dental implants, it's either function or aesthetics, most likely. So really identifying what the reason is, what's the motivator? Is it an event? What's going on in your life that has brought you here today in my chair? And then exploring that, right? So if you have a front tooth missing, that's a pretty easy aesthetic conversation, right? And exploring that lifestyle challenge too, speaking that patient's language, like Does the patient really want to talk about replacing a missing tooth and what it's going to take to do that? Not really. What they want to know is, if they've been experiencing any issues around self confidence because, it is a front tooth, or if they feel like, they even look older in some cases because they have, a smile that's not really reflecting their age and who they are. Those are like lifestyle points that you want to bring into the conversation and really explore, figure out, what's motivating this patient.
Yeah. Yeah. Good. Definitely good points. We want to relate to them. We want to come to their level and really help them feel seen and understood. Like we get the challenges they're facing and the health uh, problems that come with not having a nice set of teeth in your mouth. Right. Um, let's go deeper into, some of the implant centers, some of the doctors that we've worked with. What do you think they're doing differently? I mean, obviously they're working with us, so that's a benefit. But we've had clients where we implement things and it just takes off, right? And it's like amazing. So, what is it about their teams, about how they work with us, um, that's a game changer, right?
I would say approaching this as a partnership as opposed to approaching it like this is just another marketing company we're working with. Really viewing the partnership as an extension of the team. I think
Mhm.
that teams that really embrace us and, consider us a part of them, they perform the best. They're also the ones that are pushing to make changes, right? So like radical acceptance. They're getting everybody on the same page at the front desk, really strong leadership skills. They're empowering their teams. They're telling their front office staff, like, this is what we're going to do, this is how we're going to do it, like, how can we make this happen. They're addressing problems within their business, whether it be, patient flow, or, just general workload, like if not enough staff in some cases, or in some cases too many staff, right? Like you need the perfect balance. So just being open to having those conversations and really like implementing the solutions. A lot of what we find is that dentists want to grow, but they don't know how, and they don't know where to look. So we really plot out the path for them, and we give them a step by step on what areas of the business they need a better pulse on. Which it comes down to systems, right? So the willingness to implement systems that aren't there, that may, in most cases, they actually, help dentists keep a pulse on their business, even on the day to day, and hold people accountable. Hold your front desk accountable. Don't be afraid. They've been there 10 years, they've been doing the same thing, and now they have to do something new. So really just being supportive and implementing these systems, so that we can help them grow.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot that goes into implementing implants into your practice if you and to do it the right way. And those teams that really partner with us and recognize that we're experts in this and we handle a lot of that weight for them. But yet there's still things that they and their teams need to work on with our process, with our training, specifically with you, Chelsea, and how you help implement all of this internally. There's a lot there, and so it's not just I'm going to hire this Facebook ads company. They're going to generate implant leads, or this Google ads company, or this marketing company. They're going to make the flow come into the practice. That's just the start, right? That's just the start of getting the patient interested. There's so much that needs to happen, like we've alluded to today, that processes, sales strategies, conversation strategies, all of that, that is big. So that leads us to our final question: like, why dental implants? If this is something that you're interested in, why is it a good opportunity? And what's the motive, right? What are we hoping to accomplish by adding implants to our practice, right, Chelsea? Can you help us kind of address that?
Yeah, I think that right now we're in a time where more dentists than ever want to get involved with dental implants. They know that it's a way for them to increase their bottom line, right? But beyond that, they really don't know why. And I see that the practices that have the strongest why, the ones that are really connected to this vision, and truthfully, like 100% our why should really be connected to helping the most patients possible. Like, in all honesty, this should be a health initiative. We should be trying to help as many patients as humanly possible get out of these difficult situations and get into a much healthier place. But beyond that, we really need to connect and know what our why is when getting into dental implants, because, like we discussed, it's a process. You can do this. You can do this without it, but when you have a solid why that's keeping you grounded, then you really have purpose, right? And you know why we're pushing to make the changes, and you're really committed to that growth. So knowing your why, right? And
Yeah.
hopefully it's to help.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. Starting with why. That's key to everything in life, right? Well, thank you so much, Chelsea, for your time today. I think there's a lot that we've just scratched the surface on, really, when it comes to dental implants. But if you are interested in adding implants to your practice or taking implant marketing to the next level for your practice, please reach out to us. Go to our website, Marketing 32. We can put together a custom game plan for you. We can talk through some of the challenges you're experiencing and see what it is, what's that epiphany we need to have to take up implant marketing to the next level. Well, thank you for joining us on the Marketing 32 show today. Coming up in the near future, we're going to be doing even more episodes on bookkeeping and accounting. We're also going to be talking about implementing membership programs into your practice and how that can be a huge ROI and source of income for your practice. We're even going to be talking more about multi-location offices. We've got a few of our current clients who own 5, 10, 12 practices. And I'm also going to be interviewing Emmett Scott, one of the co-founders of the DEO, the Dental Entrepreneur Organization. So a lot coming ahead in the future, and we hope you join us again on future episodes of the Marketing 32 Show. Have a great day.